guys, today's video is about 10 facts or myths about parrot pets. Can you guess which one is myth and which one is false? If you're ready, let's get started. The first one is all parrots can talk. Can you guess if it's true or false? What do you think? Well, it's actually a myth. Well, unfortunately, my feather friend had to leave because he's a little bit shy of the camera and all the setup. So we'll continue without him, but hopefully you will be interested with all the 10 facts of myth that I prepare for you. So the first one, like we already started, that all parrots can talk. That's actually myth because parrots are very individual and it depends on all kinds of factors. They might talk, they might not talk. Some species are more willing to talk. For example, African greys, Amazon. Some like smaller species like budgies, they might talk, they might not talk. It all depends individually. I have an example. When I was a kid, my family had budgies, 4 of them, and they were around us. We had conversation, we tried to teach them words, but they never actually said words. They were, chirping, they were making all kinds of sounds, but they were never talked. Well, it doesn't mean the budgies would never talk. It's just in the budgies that we had, they probably didn't want to talk, or they were just not those birds that talked. For example, the African grey that you just saw, he talks. He's almost 8 years old. He talks great. He says all kinds of words. He tried to say sentences now. He put together 2 or 3 words and he does talk. So it's all individually. Birds are very individual and they can talk or they not talk. So all parrots can talk. It's actually a myth. Let's move to the next one and we'll check if it's myth or if it's actually a fact. So next myth or fact is, if you have a parrot as a pet, it requires less attention than, for example, dogs or cats. Can you guess if it's true or false? Well, if you're a parrot owner, you're probably sitting right now and saying, well, yeah, that's actually not true. If you're new, to parrots and you're looking for a new pet for your household, you're probably considering parrots, because you might think, well, you just put parrots in a cage and they will be great. That's not true, because parrots are very social. They live in flocks, in wildlife, and you might buy them friend, but they require interaction with humans. They needs to exercise their wings, stretching their wings 2 or 3 times a day. You have to take them out of the cage, make them exercise, talk to you. So they require more than just sitting in a cage. And all the parrots owner can tell you that for parrots to be healthy mentally and physically, they require to be outside of the cage at least 2 or 3 times a day, if not more. It all depends on the size of your parrot and species. So that's actually a myth. And on top of that, I can give you an example that it's very hard to find a veterinarian, or if you, for example, decided to go on vacation or business trip, it's very hard to find our place like daycare for dogs. They really don't have a lot of daycare for birds unless you live in a very big city. So parrots actually require maybe the same or maybe more even more attention than just dogs or cats. Moving to the next one, and we'll see if it's myth or if it's fact. Well, parrots eat only seeds. Is that true or is that false? Well, it's actually false. And you probably even, if you don't have a parrot, you probably see a lot of videos where you have a big parrot or small parrot eating some kind of fruits or veggies or nuts. And that's true. Parrots not only eat seeds, they also eat nuts because they have hooked beak. They can crack those nuts pretty easily, as well as fruits, veggies, and pellets. So if you have a parrot pet, you probably you're probably buying a pellets, which is food that looks like a cereal with all kinds of colors, depends on the flavor. And those pellets has all kinds of minerals, vitamins for your bird that your bird might not get from fruits or veggies or seeds. So pellets is also as addition to all the other food and fruits and seeds and nuts that parrot eat. So that's actually a myth. And in wildlife, they also some parrots can eat insects, but most of the food is actually seeds, nuts, and fruits. So that's myth. Let's move to the next one. So next one is parrots can outlive you. And that's actually true because some species live up to 80 years long, and it all depends when you get your bird, how old is your bird, how old is you, but it's possible that your bird can outlive you if that species can live up to 80 years old. Next one is your parrot thinks he's dominant by sitting on a high perch or tree or high object. Can you guess if it's true or false? Well, it's interesting. It's interesting fact because you might think it's true because the parrot acts like he's dominant, but it's actually false because your parrot just enjoying that moment. He probably is napping or he's relaxed and he's sitting on a high perch, which is normal for birds. They like to sit on a high objects. But when you go and you decided, okay, this bird needs to go to the cage, or you have other plans and you grab the bird from the high top, it's just showing that he or she, your bird, doesn't like at the moment because it's enjoying their moment right now, and you just grab and you try to move the bird. Well, it will show that it just doesn't like. It doesn't show you that he's trying to be dominant. He's just trying to stay at that place that he likes or she likes at that moment. Very interesting myth in this case. Next myth or fact, and you will tell me, it's parrots made for life. I didn't know that because I only have one parrot, but it's actually a true fact that most parrots are made for life with one parrot. Interesting fact. Let's move on. And next one is parrots can eat meat. Parrots actually omnivores, meaning they can eat both meat and vegetation. So in a wild, they can eat insects and they also eat seeds, nuts, fruits, etc. So that's true fact. So next true or fact is parrots are emotional. They can feel emotion, they can express emotions. Do you think it's right or do you think it's true or false? It's actually true, and if you have a parrot, you probably guessed it correctly, because when you live with parrot, it can show all kinds of emotions to you. It can show that, especially the parrots that attach to the human, it can show happiness, it can show that it is worried. And if you bring in, for example, a new pet to your household, the parrot can be a little jealous as well, and you know, all kinds of emotions, which is pretty cool. But it's fact that parrots can show emotion and feel emotions. So next thing is parrot's feathers contains antibacterial pigments. It's actually a fact, new to me. I always knew that the feathers, if you look at the parrot's feathers, they contain some kind of coating on it. But I didn't know before that they contains antibacterial pigments, which is pretty cool facts, I think. Next thing, and that will be the last thing, is parrots only birds that can eat with their feet. That's a hard one, because you've probably seen some birds that pick up some food with their hands, but can you guess if parrots the only birds that eat with their feet? Well, that's actually a fact. Parrots the only birds that can eat with their feet. Many birds can grip food with their feet, but only parrots can grab food and hold up their feet to the beak, which is pretty cool fact. That's all. That's all I want to share with you today. Let me know in comments below how many did you guess correctly. And if you like this video, please consider to subscribe, and I'll see you soon with another video about parrots. Thank you for watching. Bye.